If I were to be asked of what year of a human lifespan, if I were to be told how old I would be if I was counting the lifespan of human ages, I would definitely be around 15, spring. It's a tale about it's a story about something that 誰に語れることではない、りょうさん、非すべき話ではあるが。It says, yeah, it's, there's no need to talk to this to someone. My origin. Something that is kept should be a secret, but during this time, I was in the London Clock Tower, home base of the magical associations. Resided in that specific the heavenly category of the what is it called? It's not class. It's essentially a celestial class, but a celestial segment of the part of the 12. 13代までの血を重ねたオーダム家の一生、精神の加護を与えられた子供。So the 13th generation, a boy that was entitled for the Woldham family. A child that was essentially was given or blessed by the stars. It says Woldham has an immense amount of magical circuits that will be engraved beyond any of our human history. A mage of sort. Yeah, a genius that is guaranteed to inherit the 11th. The 11th current head of the family. In about, give it few years or so. That was the evaluation. That was the value that everybody had around me, against me. A genius, huh? I, the genius, who is willing to go set my foot around in other departments for materials and other resources? I? The voice that I dropped so low was not more of pride, but more of a self-pity. Was stronger than any other. I knew my own talents existed. I knew that I would become somebody great. That I knew for sure, and I believed in it after all. I was blessed with born in the right family. I was blessed with talents, and I was blessed in an emotion of love. Without even begging or being spoiled by the environment. There was no hardship or any struggle for me to hone my own self. At that time, I was more proud of myself and prided myself of my usefulness and how things can be done that I could do. And in order for me to hone my excellence, I kept moving forward on a higher plane and a higher standard. 才能に恵まれた人間が剣さん皿を耐えられず今より上のステージを目指している。I'm aiming for a goal that people that are still talented, born with talent, blessed, without losing to their laziness. I try to go up on the better stage, higher than ever before. I always thought to myself that there's nothing that I cannot do. There's nothing that I can put my hands on and obtain. I definitely didn't believe in that. So it says a child that is like in the middle of the bridge, right? Just kind of there. So I just imagine it as a poor beggar, I think. Like a beggar child. And Kiristraya looks at him and goes, huh. ここ半年で通うのが裸足になった連行貸しのカルジに続く大橋を渡る。Okay. Within half a month, I've been visiting this Spiritron group college of the Spiritron, aka he was going to a mage college that he used to walk through using this gigantic ass bridge. I walk into it. And when I was walking, I saw on the other side of the road a very ragged, very filthy looking thing there. I've noticed, but I'd never really thought of it as anything. At that current time, their existence were not in my eyesight or whatsoever. Their existence and their perceptive or their lives were not in my pupil. I've never felt pity for them, nor did I feel any guilty for them. I just didn't feel anything towards them. I just treated them as that they didn't exist. I thought to myself that I was a genius. I was a genius that was born to create a new era. I had no time to spend I had no time or luxury to spend any time with the kinds of them. At the sheer fact that I was blessed with the environment and therefore I have talents that surpasses the regular human norm. And with that said, I had a divine duty to accomplish. That I was going to create something beautiful. I was going to create something wonderful. The feeling of that passion of emotion kept me to become a studious student, and every day and every night, I constantly studied up. To the sheer point that I even went to college that can be named as an enemy territory. I put my foot on because I was curious and wanted to do my task. I 私は自らの存在さに無自覚であり、自らの幼稚さにもまだ無自覚だったのだ。So at that time, I was unaware of how intertwined those thought process could be. And simultaneously, I was also unknown how immature I was. There was this one specific day. There was a day where I had to go home so slow. It Took a little long than I thought. The sun has already set and the moon has rised. There's nobody in the there's nobody in the bridgeway, and the stars will be hidden by the clouds. A boy, the boy in the hat says, Kiristaya Woda. It was all of a sudden, something that I didn't know. It was too sudden that I couldn't react in time. And that was that was one of the elements that proved fatal. It wasn't that the fact that there was an enemy assassin that was just as old as me going for my life. That was not the part I was surprised about. At the sheer fact as a 15-year-old me, the one who tries to take my life was none other than a lowly common boy that I know so well. The counterattack was made automatically, before my judgment could do anything. Faster than ever before, my body's magical circuits and magical insignia moved on its own. There was no impact, and the boy who assaulted me was shredded into pieces with the blades, the air blades, and completely perished. But that was it. At the sheer fact that I did take a wound that was fatal and the situation was very desperate. At the sheer fact that there was no other person to witness. And there was no other witness to be seen. Simultaneously, multiple people surrounded the area. And this is, after all, we've confirmed the objective being complete. Bring the people around. We're going to be recovering the corpse of Kiristaraya. Yes. It was, after all, a father that was trying to kill his son. He fell into the he fell into the rivers. Find them. Of course, I didn't really fall into the river. What fell into the river was my ring that I changed the property of weight for, to use it as disguise. At the sheer fact, using such tact as a time, to buy time. I did what I could do best at that very moment to myself in order for it to function. Right when I was able to avert the eyes of the collectors or the assassins, I was able to put a sound canceling shoes in my noise canceling spell embedded in my shoes, and with that, I moved as far as I could. And after that, that was... After that, the consciousness of a 15-year-old Kiristaraya has sunk deep. 街の細かい道路に向かったところで力尽きた。He didn't wear himself out. He didn't plop in the outside of the town. He went back from the bridge, found a narrow alleyway in the town, and flopped. At that time, the current me didn't know that the sheer fact that the weapon that the assassins used against me were no ordinary magic tool. But also, 魔術殺しと名高い魔術師が使用する超限度殺しと同類の毒であること。Okay, so it's the same thing that a lot of assassins would use in order to kill mages. The highly named the Origin Killer, or it's essentially, instead of Origin Bullet, it is an Origin Poison in order to fuck up mages. It was a same type as same type of poison that would kill the as a mage. I hear a sound of water dripping in a very, very dim lit area. The air here is moist and damp. Smells like mold. Fills my air. Yeah, fills the area. It seems that I'm being put to bed next to somewhere. Next to almost of a wooden box. There's a minimum bed sheet put behind my back for comfort, even though it's not. There's no pillow. There's no pillow. There's no mattress or blankets to cover the body. There's nothing that could cover the hands and the legs whatsoever. I am free, but sadly I can't even move a finger. That the sheer fact that the wound the wound that was given into my chest area is not subsiding, and therefore I don't have the strength to stand. I felt like I was a corpse left behind in that state. This is, in my honest opinion, my thought process at first was I was caught by the assassins, has been imprisoned, is how it went. But then, if that's the case, there's no reason for me to be staying alive. At the sheer fact that this assassination is interior and within the family, there's no reason for me to be kept alive and be tortured for. I don't understand. My thought process doesn't catch up fast enough. I can't think straight and think. Something is not fitting correctly. While my delusions and my paranoia takes me in, while conscious, I understood and tried to move to observe more of the situation or the environment of this dim lighted room. And huh? In the corner of the room, hiding from that, even that minuscule of light, something that I don't know existed, stared right at me, stared specifically towards me. Are you fucking serious? 一旦顔を出しておこうと戻れてきてみれば。That's funny. It says, so Caddock be like, this, are you for real? At the sheer fact that I was gone away from this place for 2 days, I thought I would be suspicious. So I wanted to at least show my face and to dispel my suspicion. Next thing I know, I come back. Kiristaraya is fucking... He's snoozing, boys, in the Garden of Eden. Wait, what the hell? This guy's sleeping. Without any guard? On a bench? Like... completely like taking a nap. Hey. Boredom. You really okay with this? Aren't you the leader of the Cryptor? You're the human you're the human representative. That is holding the authority of Olympus gods at bay. Are you not? What the hell is this? What is this defenselessness? Hey, wake up! Do you even know what you're trying? Yeah, do you even know what you're capable of? Do you understand what you're doing? That voice. Caddock. No. Is it Caddock? Well, why are you here? I was in my own room and... Sorry. I shouldn't say my own room. I was in the garden of the great temple Olympia, inside of this wonderful place of Eden. It was quite a luxurious place. It was very comforting, so I happened to dream of the past. I happened to had a dream of the past. It seems that I am still much to learn. Unfortunately, without kindness around, my mental state winds down so quickly. But I do have to thank you for what you've done, Caddock. Because you've awakened me up, I've prevented myself from wasting any more unnecessary time. What the hell? It's not something it's not something to be praised or being thanked for. It was out of the ordinary, so I just had to say it out loud. Out of the ordinary. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You aren't a person that just sleeps in the middle of the road, are you? At the sheer fact that a perfect nobleman wanna be a future model of a human, of a guy, a gentleman case, perfect. It says Caddock is essentially saying you're a fucking superhuman perfectionist of, the pinnacle of humanity of all. Don't do some stupid shit like a high school student, or don't do something that, nonchalant schoolers, aka people that are studying, or students would pull off. Caddock is surprised that, that Kiristaraya just fucking slept out of nowhere, defenseless anus. And Caddock is specifically saying, you're like the pinnacle of human being, you're a great guy, you're, a nobleman, and you are, like, he thinks Kiristaraya is, above human, the greatest person of them all. And so, like, don't do some shit like a normal school student would do and just sleep in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. I see. I don't agree with the image you hold me. I don't agree with the image that you depict me as. There are little contradictories here and there I would like to point out, but hmm, I've roundabout understood why you were surprised. I'll keep myself, yeah, I'll tend to it next time. And is there anything that you want to report, Kadok? Ah, shit. I accidentally, yeah. Shit. I accidentally, called him out on something interesting. I wasn't going to plan on talking to him in the first place. If I were to lie, if I were to lie so easily, I'll be caught out, and he'll know what I'm trying to pull. So, I got it. Demeter was defeated by them. Even though the Olympians gods named and yet shown such great power, I heard that it was a complete utter victory for their side. And from the rumor that I've been hearing, a tan-skinned lancer of some sort has given them a hand. Luckily, apparently Europa did not see this one coming. What do you think, Wardum? At the sheer fact that the loser dog was still alive to this day, and even though you ordered it to, you order for its eradication, that loser dog is still alive, and even turned its tail against you. How does that make you feel? Yes, quite unexpected easily. At the sheer fact that even that kindness would turn and work with Claudia in the first place. And at the sheer fact that Goddess Demeter, even her astral body, aka her true form, would be eradicated. It seems that they were prepared and willing to do that far in order to get things the way it is. At the sheer fact that against a powerful, ruling, almighty beings, using only a few handful of rebels in order to accomplish its task. It's quite rock and roll. No, the machine god's true body is made out of metal, after all. I should rename itself to that's quite heavy metal. Yes, that is quite heavy metal of them. Did you just say something weird just now? You? Sorry. I do apologize. Forgive me for the terminology that I used. It seems that my dream was still lingering within. And it is quite intriguing that you know that Goddess Princess Europa has not confirmed or acknowledged this situation of it's as if you were there personally, Kadok. You must have a very good familiar. I wonder if you have a very conveniently well-placed familiar. Well, yeah, if you want to say that, you are correct. Even I don't want to be eating free food for nothing after all. As a crypter, I am preparing myself to battle against them one more time at least. I see. If that's the case, make sure you treasure and treasure that familiar. Having a trump card or something in the back of the works will definitely result in a life or death situation, after all. There's no need, there's no reason for you, there's no reason for you to tell me the secrets or there's no reason for you to tell us of any information of that to me, other cryptors, or anybody in the Olympus. There's no need to do that. Oh, if you were deemed or judged that the sheer fact that you used something that you shouldn't have used when that judgment has passed, then unfortunately I do have to I am in a position to the point of, unfortunately, I do have to treat you as a enemy or a target of disposition, after all. What the hell? How much does he... Damn it. I gotta change the topic. Well, speaking of Demeter. It says the reason why the Claudia were able to defeat Demeter was not an actual effort they pulled out. Demeter was looking for something. No, it almost seems as if she was trying to recover or revive something or retrieve something in more sort. She was constantly saying, I'm sorry. She was apologizing. Not to Olympian citizens, but to someone specifically. To someone. And that situation and that one thing was the reason why Demeter was shut down. Do you know why she was shut down? It seems that plot hole has been used. Not plot hole, but it seems that hole was used to their advantage. I see. As you know, in the old history of humanity, just as the same, even in this Lostbelt goddess Demeter, she had a daughter that she truly loved. The shining bright Persephone. At the sheer fact that the underworld god Hades, aka Hades forcefully made her into a wife. And then when that happened, she wept in tears and cried and upsetted greatly. But even then, she still loved her daughter continuously. But unfortunately, in 1,000 years before, the fourth Machia were to begun, and her beloved daughter has lost her life. Wait, you're not explaining things, but that's odd, Woodham. I don't know if they were demigods or gods or whatever. I thought that in this land, there was no concept of death, no matter who they are. In my thought process here. No, it's just that humans can't die by human hands. It's only that. In this Lostbelt, this immortality is a situational immortality at hand, and it's not a true immortality. At the sheer fact that by the hands of the gods, Olympians' immortality can be withered away or wiped out. Meaning that the one that killed Persephone, she was killed by God. She was killed by the gods that was coexisting? No. Much more sinister. When that means... Yep. With the very great order of Zeus, the almighty mechanical god Zeus, or the almighty god Zeus. With his order, Demeteru, she hand over her own beloved daughter for punishment. What you're saying is that she killed her own daughter, but was calling out to her as if she's still alive. It's almost as if she was human. I thought they were machine gods. Are you okay with the sheer fact that they function like this? No, it is because they are machines that contradiction shouldn't have happened. They have a different thought process and different perspective in logical thinking compared to us humans. The sheer fact of the tragedy of the Olympian 12 mechanical gods is that contradiction's there. Because God makes humans, and humans makes the gods. In both cases, both of them are intelligent, intellectual, understanding one another, and coexisting together in order to create a one gigantic world point of view cycle. When that happens, then it is established. But unfortunately to them, it's different. To them, at the mere sight of a title of a god was something that it was given, and something that they've claimed and obtained. But the sheer fact that they were able to have a functionality of terraforming things, at the fact that they were able to bend nature to their own will. They had a function that can cultivate... they had a function that can even cultivate or able to manipulate food source. Because, 生命の記憶反対対抗を破壊する機能があったから、兵器をそれをする能力があった。Because they had the function of eradicating all, if not many, life forms. They also had a function of creating mass soldiers. Just because they have all these functions, the people, the resident of the Lostbelts, claim them and label them as gods. And in order to coexist, if not live together in this planet, they use these titles and rights, and they've implemented themselves in order to survive. .古代の人々が求めているのは協力できる超異存在であって心のない宇宙の船ではなかったからね。It says yes. In the ages of human back then, even back then, they wanted something that they wanted to worship. a higher being, or a pinnacle of existence that can be gazed or awed upon. And they didn't want, or they didn't seek for a heartless spaceship after all. And because of that, they've taken the job of what they wanted to, what the humans wanted them to be as, and from a machine, they became, machine fortress, they became more of a machine god.
持つ心を理解できないまま、その信念を新しく活動流暢にしたのさ。
And says, even though they still had no understanding of what the hearts or the emotions of a life form being create or carry, they've done their very best to create and imitate, using them as a guidepost and mimic them as best as possible. One that don't have hearts. So what you're saying, no, impossible. So what you're saying is the one that didn't need heart, by attaching a heart or by creating a contradiction, by putting a heart / emotions, a contradiction of Demeter was created, is what you're saying? It's not a contradiction. That was a 衝撃だよ。人間なら仕方ないという運者で誤解し、自分の中で正当できる問題を彼女はずっと同じタスクとして扱うしかなかった。Ah, I see. It says, yeah, it's not a contradiction. It was a fatal flaw, or it was a critical error to them. For a human, you can bypass it as, oh well, or there's nothing you can do. Using those sweet, bitter words to mask or even disguise the feeling of helplessness and able to move on with their lives. That sort of simple task was not able to do by her because she was thinking that what she needed to do was an order, or what she wanted to do is a order of operation. She couldn't move on. And that's the flaw that she had. She wasn't going mad. She was just suffering and couldn't move on from it. That's what these gods in these Lostbelts essentially will become. Because of them, because of who they are and what they are, they've created the utopia of reality of immortality. I thought these machines were more logical. But if you're saying that these gods function the way you say, then what about you, Warden? Isn't your objective the revival of the divine era? Do you really want this to happen? Of course. The world should definitely be governed and run by a god, after all. But what I foresee and what I want to reach is a little different from what the great god Zeus wants to reach. It's a world where no contradictions or fatal errors were to occur. A era where everything has been perfected. And that is my official job and my official duty and the will of the foreigner god, Kadok. Huh. Interesting.